gold. You know how we do it, baby. Come on, let's go. This is the voices of the black and gold. You know how we do it, baby. Come on, let's go. This is the voices of the black and gold. You know how we do it, baby. Come on, let's go. This is the voices of the black and gold. You know how we do it, baby. Come on, let's go. This is the voices of the black and gold. You know how we do it, baby. Come on, let's go. This is the voices of the black and gold. You know how we do it, baby. Come on, let's go.
What is up, and welcome to another episode of the Voices of the Black and Gold, your go-to podcast for all things LAFC. And guys, historical run for LAFC, 3-0 to start the season, 5-0 for all competitions. Have a big one tomorrow, but at the end of the day, the starters for the last 2-3 games have not even been there. So we're winning ugly games when we need to win, making it happen. So we're going to break it all down right here on Voices of the Black and Gold. Andrew, Tony, you guys are at the BMO Stadium, packed house. Wasn't the game that we wanted to see against Dallas, but yet we sneak away with the 3 points. And I was talking to a friend of mine saying these 3 points are crucial, right? We're going into a 5-run game right now. We got MLS game, CCL or CCC, MLS, CCC, MLS to end the MLS 5 game with Austin, who we have to also get those 3 points. So grabbing those 3 was crucial over the weekend. Tony.
Yeah, looks like our Marc has been playing the same starting lineup for all 5 games, and we're starting to see a little bit of miscommunication, maybe some sloppiness here and there. But, you know, we had a moment, literally just a moment of magic from La Jolla, David Martínez, who I am excited. I've been talking so much shit about the kid for a while, and he's shutting me up, and I love it. Like, bro, keep doing what you're doing. And I said, you know, beat David Martínez. Don't try to beat Carlos Vela. Although that goal was very Vela-esque, but who knows? But and another shout out to Hugo Lloris. He saved us. He should have been man of the match. I'm getting that whole vibe from Carlos where it's like, you know what, give man of the match to anyone else. I don't care. I'm here to do my job. I don't care about those little individual awards. And who knows? Maybe it was just an unwanted or unliked guest that was in the stands this past weekend. Someone that we wanted out for a while, and he seems to not leave now. Won't say any names just yet.
I mean, Andrew, just to jump to what Tony was saying, I was so mad when he went over there and hugged him, bro. I was like, yo, what are we doing?
So sometimes you miss stuff that's on live TV, or when there's questionable like red cards, we'll always look to the chat and ask what's going on. And this benefit for me because he was sitting right in front of me, like it's right where my section is. I would have booed the shit out of that guy, like no questions asked. It's like, be gone. I can't believe for someone who wanted to be gone from here so badly is here 4 games later, hugging and kissing everybody. Like, yeah, but
it did not make any sense whatsoever at all.
I didn't even know that Martinez had gone over to hug him. I didn't even see that until the highlights after the game. So it was all like, wait, what?
Oh, I did.
They would have booed him if they announced that he was at that stadium. Like,
for sure.
They played that well because ain't nobody was cheering for that man in that stadium. Like, that would have been one loud collective boo.
I was booing him on the TV. Like I was watching it on the computer because I'm in the middle of traveling, but I literally was booing him like, boo. My wife, her mom isn't like at the hotel and they're like, look, I was not happy that he went over and hugged him. I just honestly was not. But back to the game, Andrew, what did you think about the gritty win though? Like, you know, Sonny isn't getting on the back of it. Denis Bouanga is sort of missing. And to be fair, Martinez, I was sort of cursing his name the whole game because he was sort of non-existent. And then to Tony's point, he just makes the most beautiful left foot Vela-esque feel, especially after the news that we get where Vela buys more of LAFC is a bigger part of the owner. So it was like a nice little tribute to Vela, but what a beautiful goal it was. But with the three guys missing up top, it's more of a team win. You know what I mean?
It was an ugly win. It was wins that we haven't been able to win the last few years. We just weren't a disciplined team. Some could say a little bit of luck, but really we just never had that instinct on that team until now. So it wasn't pretty, but we'll take the win. I think we came out guns blazing against Miami to start the season, and we had a plan. And I think as the season is going on now, it very much looked like between Houston up until today that it's almost like we're getting a little figured out on offense. I think people are figuring out how many decoys are actually on the field that are actually contributing and doing something for the team. And it felt, like everyone knows the son of Bouanga. David should get his looks. That there was a great pass to Bouanga that it went right to the keeper. But there were still some pretty goals, but it was more Lloris than anything. I think we have to figure it out past Eustáquio in the midfield, like what else this team is going to do to help push the ball forward. Because unless you have the front three that Miami did, like, you're sitting in a low block. You're playing a defensive game against us. But Miami let it rip because they said, we'll go head-to-head on offense. And I don't know how many teams are going to attempt to do that, especially our run of games coming up.
I mean, Tony, he talks about the midfield, and I sort of mentioned this in our chat, and this is just me being completely honest. At some point, and I understand why Marc hasn't done it yet. Let me go on and say that first. I understand why, right? You have Tillman, who is sort of doing the grunt work of the midfield for, like, defensively, right? Then you have Delgado, who just scored a goal and an assist the other day. But Boudry needs to be in the midfield with Eustáquio. So one of those guys are going to have to give at some point. Who should it be? Should it be Delgado or should it be Tillman?
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I think it's going to be Delgado, just because I feel he's like the odd man out. I feel like Tillman has become a little bit of a favorite of Marc, so I mean that's gonna just leave Marky out. But yeah, you see Eustáquio. I mean, I'm watching the game and I'm seeing him. He's getting the ball, running towards whoever he made the pass to, trying to get the ball back, trying to facilitate. Gives me back on those days when we had Ilie Sanchez when he did that. So Eustáquio, you're not gonna bench. And Boudry's just an engine. That dude's just running left and right. He lost the ball, got it back, lost it again, got it back, almost made the cross. It's just like, yeah, this dude needs to be on the field. He needs to start, and he's gonna get those starting minutes sooner than later. But yeah, to Andrew's point earlier, like, we're starting to get figured out, and we're playing the same starting 11, 3 league games in a row. These other teams are going to start figuring this out. They know that they got to cover Sonny, they got to cover Bouanga, but and those decoys that we have, like Andrew said, where Martinez scored that banger, is like, how much longer is this going to keep up? We're going to have to start making changes. We should start seeing some changes in the starting 11, hopefully soon, maybe tomorrow, who knows? But that's something that remains to be seen.
Andrew, I mean, who do you think is going to be the odd man out? He said Markey, and I agree with him. I know we've been hard on Tillman, we've been hard on Markey, but at the end of the day, Boudry needs to get that start. To Tony's point, when I see Eustáquio, I think about Tuesta. And I can see the Ilie reference also, but I think of Atuesta. I think of a guy that wants it at his feet. He wants to be the one to facilitate up front. He doesn't want Sonny and Bouanga past a certain point. He wants to be able to get it forward. And I feel like if we have a Boudry on there, it actually helps be able to facilitate, because if he can't be over here on this side, he can pass it over to Boudry, where also can make a real beautiful cross in for the guys also. So I like what I see when I see them together, and I want them to be in the midfield together. So one person has to go. Who is it?
I would say Delgado. I am not a Tillman fan, but just the way Delgado plays, he doesn't get taken seriously on the field by other teams. It's like they know he's just gonna like pass it back or like inaccurately pass forward. He's good for a goal every now and then, but presently, as it stands, I think it's him. I mean, Tillman's on watch. He's been on watch for 2 years for how inconsistent he can play. But I think once Schaffelberg comes back, it's gonna complicate that attack a little bit more too. And I think if he still isn't playing well, then it's gonna push that issue as well.
All right. Well, I wasn't going to go here yet, but we're going to go on and go there. Why do you talk down on our Sonny? This Marc Dos Santos is a joke. I'm not quite sure what that means, but we're going to address it because for some reason people think that we are down on Sonny. I have not been down on Sonny, but at the end of the day, him and Bouanga aren't scoring. They haven't even really touched the ball or scored in the last 3 games. And for me, it's more about the team. Where LAFC has always been Vela FC, Bouanga FC, we are seeing more of a team wins these last 3 games than ever before, right? If your guys, your main players, right? Your main, stars, the Bouangas and the Sunnies aren't getting the ball, but yet you have your midfield guys in Estacio and Delgado or Martinez scoring goals. That's a good thing. So I'm not sure why people think that we're hating on Sonny. Andrew.
Yeah, I don't know where that comes from. I don't think we've ever given that sentiment towards it really. It's the 5th game of the year. We're 5-0. If there's going to be games where we don't score, I'm glad that it's happening now while everyone's getting in a rhythm with a new coach and a new system. You know, we're still 5-0. There's nothing to be down on. So, anyways, that's my spiel.
Tony.
Sunny fans, please do not hate me after this. But we've had so many years, like Nick said, of Vela FC, Bouanga FC. This isn't Sunny FC, guys. I'm sorry. This is LAFC. We're a team. This isn't just we were so used to having one guy carry us. We don't want that anymore. We want him to be a part of the team, and when he contributes, it's amazing. But please, you guys please understand that. We don't hate the guy. We really love him. I always say you're either with us or against us. And you guys, I mean, Andrew and I met some fans a few weeks ago at the Champions game where you guys are extremely nice. You guys are very welcoming. A lot of you have said you guys started following LAFC because of Sonny once he came. That's fine. But support the team. Like, we get it. I want Sonny to do good. I want him to prepare for the World Cup. I want him to have an amazing World Cup. But it's LAFC first, and then everyone else second.
But Tony, you said that they were very knowledgeable, and you said that you were surprised about how much they knew about LAFC already.
They
were
talking
about other players.
They were. I don't know if Andrew remembers. She was the lady. Her name was actually Sunny, and she was saying that her favorite player, aside from Sonny, was Nathan Ordaz, and her mother's favorite player was David Martínez. And then it was funny how she was calling out plays, and players were like, "Oh yeah, that guy 46. I don't know his name, but he's new. I like the way he plays. That guy 91. He played like shit last year, but he's playing good this year." It's like she doesn't know the names, but she's paying attention. So like, you remember that, right, Andrew?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's like we love the fans, we love everything, but please understand, it's not Sunny FC. We don't want that anymore. We want the entire team to just as a unit. We want to be one.
The Scotia has nothing in attack. Us in Korea thought Dolo was bad, but this is worse. And then he says they have failed him. This team has nothing in the attack. And
That's a low blow.
I personally got to disagree. We've seen if we really look at it, there was a yellow card pulled for our dive, right? And then you had 4 callbacks from being offsides. So the crosses were there. It was just he left a little early. So the balls are getting up front. We are 5-0 on all competitions, 3-0 in MLS, 2-0 in the CCC. We're only 5 games in. I feel like the criticism might be a little strong right now, and I completely understand you guys, as Tony said, are really at the LAFC viewings because of Sonny, and that's great. But I would just say maybe take it a little bit more of it in and sort of see what is actually happening on the pitch, because I feel like from last year, we are a lot more attacking. We are a lot more on the front foot. We are a lot more 1-2 touches as opposed to parking the bus. And by the end of the year, you're going to hear everyone say that Sonny and Bouanga are the best duo in MLS, and it will absolutely 100% be true. They're just getting their feet under them right at this moment. Andrew, you have something you want to say?
Yeah, I do feel there's room for improvement outside of our core superstars. I was talking about the decoys a little bit, and our back line's getting exposed a little bit, and I think we have some other options. I think 2 other points I really want to make on it is that this isn't our final form. We have 3 starters for this team that aren't healthy. We have Aaron Long, Igor Jesus, and Jacob Schaffelberg. So this team is not going to look this way in 2 months' time, even in a few weeks' time, depending how quickly Long and Schaffelberg can get back. But I don't feel the division amongst things. I'm not really going to take the bait on fighting with people about that. It might have been a thing at Tottenham. It might have been a thing in the Premier League where y'all went at it with those fans and got a little toxic. Like it's just not like that with us. It's not like that with me. It's not like that with this show. Like we can be frustrated that we only won 1-0, sure, but like I'm not really gonna let us be in 5-0 conquer and divide 2 great fan bases. I think it's still welcome to the team. Come in, watch a game in person. We'll watch it on TV. We'll talk about it after the game and talk about what we can improve on. But we don't really stand for much of the hatred or divisiveness to it. I'll still continue to be the person that'll always say, "Come and have a talk to me about it. Come have a drink with me at the game. Come meet me beforehand, and we'll all talk about why we love soccer." That's really it for me.
I mean, we're talking about the defense, though, fellas, and I got to say, 1 goal has been scored on LAFC, though, in 5 games. 1 goal. I mean, we're talking about the defense being figured out, but have they? I mean, because still we are getting shutouts, and people are saying, "Oh, but you have 2 red cards. Oh, we got lucky on this." At the end of the day, Dallas had plenty of chances. Hugo held us up. But in the Houston game, we had, our defense held us together. I mean, when you look at it, 1 goal in 5 games is good. We're one of Palencia's here. Palacio's here. Palencia. Stop, bro. I lost my train of thought. But at the end of the day, I feel like LAFC has done good defensively, and I'm one that was trashing them last year, Tafari and Segura, and look, they've done good so far this year, and I can't really bash them that much, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, for that comment that said that, if we thought Dolo was bad, like Dolo was bad. Like it's only been 5 games, and you're gonna compare Dolo to Mark with 5 games? Like, no, come on.
Dolo
Like,
sucks.
it's not like the end of the world with Sonny hasn't scored in MLS. I mean, he scored in the Champions. He's giving us assists. He's doing what he needs to do. Yeah, does he want to score goals? Maybe. I mean, who doesn't as a striker? I mean, who doesn't? So, I mean, once again, like I said, like just join us, become one. Defensively, like, yeah, like our backline has been pretty good, decent. I mean, that one goal was off of a sloppy set piece, if I'm not mistaken,
Oh,
and that's always been our Achilles heel at LAFC. So, I mean, dude, and then again, it was what 5-0 at that time. So maybe defense just kind of slept or whatever the reason was we gave up that goal. But we're still doing fine. We're okay. We're still undefeated. The momentum's still there. You starting to see who fits in where. You starting to see Tyler Boyd being that odd man going in with Boudry. You're starting to see Schwanier and Eustachio, the two Canadians, bit together in the midfield. So the puzzle's coming together. Just like Andrew said, once we get Schaffelberg back and Igor and then Aaron Long back, it's like it's gonna look even better. So just be patient. We're still good.
okay, so let me ask you: should LAFC fans be concerned about Sonny and Denis not scoring, or does this actually show how dangerous LAFC is because they don't have to rely on just two players? Andrew.
I think it just shows how dangerous we are. I don't think it's down on them. It's not just going out and just straight playing 11 versus 11. Teams just are keen on the two of them the entire time. So I think it's great that we can score. We hadn't been able to do that before. We had brought in a lot of people before after Vela left, and it just didn't work. And like it works now. They didn't really Sonny really didn't have a preseason. Like Bouanga took up some time off for his international games as well. So this is all still like very young into the season. I think we all agree we'd like to see a little bit of rotating this squad. It's a little odd to be this big into five games into the season and running this team into the ground like how Dolo kind of would. So that concerns me a little bit with the way our roster's set up. I do think some other people need a little bit more consistent minutes in this beginning of the year, just to see it. Like we know what Delgado does. We know what Tillman does. We know what some players on defense do. So we could use that elsewhere, but we have to find the right combination to unlock Sonny and Bouanga. I think that is going to be the key. It is going to be what wins us championships, but we're getting team wins right now, so it's not a bad thing.
Tony, same question. Should LAFC fans be concerned about Sonny and Bouanga not scoring, or does this actually show how dangerous LAFC is because they aren't relying on just one player?
No, it shows how good of a team, not just the strikers are, but how good of a team that we are. If our two designated players aren't scoring and everyone else is, and we're still winning games, then just wait until they get unlocked and they start scoring. How they took over the second half of the season last year, where they scored like 20 something goals in between both of them. So it's like, yeah, it might be a little concerning right now, but it's the season's only 3 weeks old. It's like there's still 31 games left. Plenty of time for these guys to still get into rhythm and then still get back into their groove of scoring goals. And I'm pretty sure, what's up, Valencia? And I'm pretty sure once they start scoring and they unlock it, that's gonna be a big weight off their back. They're gonna be playing more at ease. I'm speaking more for Sonny than Denny, since Denny already has a goal. But once he gets that weight off him and he's like, okay, cool, I got the first one out. Let's get the second. Who knows? Second and third might come right then and there in the same game. So it goes to show that what's not concerning if our designated players are not scoring. Other teams have three designated players and they're not scoring. So that's I'm not trying to compare with other MLS teams, but that just goes to show you if other teams with three designated players can't score, than us with 2, and we're still winning, like we're fine.
Question: are there any international days coming up for potential missing some of the starters? I don't think there is, but
Negative. We will
I
have an
do
international break
Yeah, when's that?
at the end of the month.
Oh,
So
at the end of the month.
once after the Austin game away, we will have a week off for international duty. I believe it's the last international window before the World Cup, so we should be fine.
So we have a big game tomorrow, and then we play St. Louis. I expect that LAFC will have a heavily rotated squad against St. Louis. What do you guys think about that? Because, and this is just my theory, fellas, you get the 3 points against Dallas, right, which were crucial 3 points. You have to win the game tomorrow, right? So you're going to have your starters. St. Louis, we can't overlook them, but they haven't been their best. So I'm assuming that we're going to at least see a heavily rotated squad that we still believe that will compete, right? Hopefully we're going to see the likes of Boudry and Smallskoff, guys like this. And then you go into another CCC game and then end this 5-game deal with Austin, where you have to grab again those 3 points, so you will need your full squad there. Are we all under the same impression of that? Should we see a heavily rotated squad come against St. Louis, Andrew?
I think I still think it might be pretty heavily rotated tomorrow, in my own opinion, just because of the space in between games. But I'm all for rotating it against that St. Louis team. We were asking earlier if who would you bench, Delgado or Tillman? Why not both for a week? Like we have the depth for it. We have the players there for it. Try something. Get Smolikoff out there as well. I saw on X today, Josh Gross was reporting that MDS was using him as a center back as well in our system in the preseason. So it's like get somebody out there, get somebody that can make a long pass besides Eustachio into our front 3 and see what happens. Because as it stands, nobody can serve a long ball outside of Eustachio, and it looks like the league knows it now. So I'd love to get as many people in there to rotate to see who could actually give some good service to our big guys up top.
Tony?
I actually think we're gonna play our starters first, just because this Champions Cup, it's home and away. We have the first leg. Let's get as many goals as we can, so like that we can maybe focus on this weekend against St. Louis, and then the return game in Costa Rica. If we have a big lead, where then we can make the rotation, because we won't have to play as aggressively. Where we can just sit back, play some dolo ball, I guess, and just sit back and just get out there with the result. So I feel like tomorrow is gonna be. I expect to see Sonny. I expect to see Bouanga starting, Eustachio, hopefully Boudry as well. So I feel like yeah, I agree with Jack here in this comments. I don't see much of the starters. Maybe a few. Maybe I would like to see Smolikov also get that start as well. So we'll see.
Well, yeah, so I agree with you guys. I don't think that we set them on the CCC. I believe we set them against St. Louis. You know what I mean? Because let's say if we can go in there and play our backups and still walk away with 1 point, we want the 3. But if we walk away with 1, we got 3 against Dallas, get 1 against St. Louis at the least, and then turn around and be able to get 3 against Austin. You still are walking away with 7 points for the standings of the MLS, and then. To your point, first leg you have in hand. What can you do? And maybe rest some of the guys in the Mexico or the Costa Rica game. So that's where I would hope that we're going to get, because at some point some guys are going to need to get rest. We know Denis Bouanga don't want any rest, but you also don't want to just run them dry. You don't want to just play everything out now. We have a lot of games to play and a lot of season left here. St. Louis is a winnable game. with our bench guys. That's basically what I'm saying. You know, if we can
Is
play.
Mamadou Fall healthy yet? Is he playing for him? Is he starting yet?
No, from what I remember, he was still out.
Hmm.
What if his first game is
That'll be
against
fun.
us, though?
Maybe Dolo will be there for that too.
Oh, God, dude. Oh, man, that would be horrible. So,
Real quick, I wanna just give out our condolences from at least us from speaking from VOBG to Edward Lowen, midfielder from St. Louis City, who today lost his wife battling cancer. So, our thoughts and prayers are with him, and hopefully, he'll be fine.
Thank you for doing that, dude. Yeah,
definitely.
That's horrible to hear. You know what I mean? As a person that's been with his old lady for 20 plus years, I could not imagine. So that was a good call right there, Tony. Thank you for doing that. Fall played for the second team in Next Pro, so he's going to play against LAFC.
Hope so.
That would be absolutely crazy. First game back in MLS, and there he is. What else?
I mean, I don't hate the guy. I mean, he did as good whenever we needed him. He bailed us out a couple of times.
We got some money for him.
We got some money off of it. Where is it? I don't know. I guess it's in Sonny's getting paid.
Okay, so let's talk about formation right now, because you're talking about people are figuring this out, right?
Yeah.
I sort of like a formation change every once in a while. And the one that I really liked is when we had the 2-1-3-4, right? So it was sort of where we had Denis and Sonny over on the sides. They played Tillman in that like back and forth right there with the two mids right there. And then three, and then you had the back line. I feel like I like that a lot. So I'm wondering who else could fit that position to be that middle guy where Tillman is. Who do you think could be that guy? For me, I'm sort of seeing Boudry play that position, right? And so it would be able to actually have the guys out there that we need. So who are you going to pull out? You're obviously going to maybe pull out like the Martinez, which sort of hurts for, pulling out Martinez or not playing Ordaz. But then you also get Boudry in there. You know what I mean? And then Eustaquio is still in the mid right there with Tillman and Delgado, and you still have your line. Is that something that you guys think we should even consider? Because we've seen it before. We've seen it at the end of the season with Dolo, right? Obviously not with Boudry, but we've seen Tillman playing that middle part right there. And then we also seen it against Miami towards the end of the match.
Yeah, I'm open to it. I like it. I just don't think our wings in the back are set up for that the way he's playing it and who we have right now. I think Boudry would be great there. The only issues Ivy could even see in Boudry is just like he needs the consistent minutes to like piece his game together. It's not that he's not bad. Like the kid sees the game and he plays it fast. He plays it aggressive. He's a new dog on that field when he's on there, like just taking people out left and right. So there needs to be a way to get him on there. It's very clear he's one of the top three midfielders on this team, and that needs to reflect that on the field. I think once we figure out who can play on those wings defensively, I think it'll open up a little bit more. But as it stands, it's just a real flat
Well, I asked this question to sort of set you up because I believe that Palencia is very fast over on the side, and he can do it. And if you put in a person like Smallskov, who also can get up the wings, I like it. But I know that you have some things to say about this stuff, Andrew, and you just didn't take the bait.
I'm sorry. Good news is that I'm here. Good news is that I'm here. But Palencia just hasn't been getting those long balls in. The crosses are just on the ground, and he's fast, but everybody knows on the other side it doesn't exist. And we play against faster teams, and they're going to call our bullshit on that back line. I'm not taking away from the defense. We're great. How they're playing defensively is amazing. It's great. But there's no one else outside of Eustáquio that's doing anything notable to help move the ball forward. And we need another creative or even quicker person in that defense to make that happen, to unlock it. I think everyone knows that Palencia is the only one on the field that they think could potentially do that. And like others, he's still getting into his form for this season. I'll leave it at that. But I do believe that even or not even, but Chouanier in the midfield would help out a little bit. It's just that Marquis, Tafari, Segura combo, it's going to be the weakness, and it's going to get exposed at some point. Shout out to our boys. They are doing great. They absolutely are, but it's not a matter of if, it's when, for when that line gets exposed by a fast team. And we kind of saw shades of it against Dallas.
I mean, Tony, this is my thing though, right? Like, that's why I asked about the formation change, because I believe that Small-Skull should get a little bit more. I remember last year how fast he was, him up on the side, and I believe that Palencia is fast. Like, I believe that he's fast, bro. And so I can understand, because Andrew isn't the only one that said it in the chat. So I had to go back and look. And yeah, his passing has not been on spot of what it was the last year, granted. But the dude is quick. And if we have a person on the other side of Small-Skull, yeah, you're going to have to take out one of the guys of Segura, most likely. But, you have two guys that can get up and get back in time.
Yeah, I'm not taking no Palencia slander, bro. So I'll see you tomorrow, Andrew.
I'll see you.
Hey, you leave Palencia alone, dude. That's the dog right there. But
don't you hear him barking?
Yeah, he's getting mad. I'm getting mad. I'm gonna start barking. And
that was your actual setup.
As quick as Palencia is, I'm quick to defend him. But no, his crossing has been a little bit lackluster compared to recent years. I've seen it even in the first half where he made one. It was early on in the game, and my girlfriend was all like, "Oh, why he shoot like that? Like, that wasn't a shot. That was a cross. It just came out wrong." And it was like the majority of the game. So it's like, I mean, maybe he's playing it too fast. Maybe and he's not on cue with the forwards. He needs to maybe take a step back and let's look up and see how he's going to cross it rather than just getting it and crossing it in. Maybe that's what they're used to in practice. Maybe it works, but in the games, it just hasn't happened. And to Andrew, wow, really? Tillman can give a long pass. Did he not give that assist to Denis in front of 70-something thousand at the Coliseum? Come on now. Yes, he hasn't done it since. Eustáquio is the only one. And I've been seeing it a lot during the game. I've noticed it that Dallas played a extremely high line, and I'm seeing Sonny and I'm seeing Tillman, I'm seeing Denny ready to just take off, and I see Markey with the ball, and he's just not pulling the trigger. I see Eustáquio, he's trying to pull the trigger, but he has 2 or 3 guys already on him. So someone in the midfield or that defense needs to step up and just start making those long balls, just like how Andrew said.
Yes. Tillman's just kind of been starting to do Tillman things as it's gone on. This Dallas game, he was playing further up than Sonny, and then it's like, wait, are you the striker? Like, where are you? Do you know where you're going right now? Like, he absolutely, is replaceable at this point. Like, he's not a great, like Chouanier had some terrible little mistakes in Dallas, and so Sonny got after him, rightfully so, I think, after the game. But with Palencia, I'm not saying he should be benched. I'm just saying that it needs to be shown that there's another option, because it looks like there's just too much pressure on him. Like we don't want the lights getting too bright for our boy. You need another threat, and not only another threat, but someone someone to show that like our team can depend on somebody else on those wings besides him. So
poor Andrew, we're picking on Andrew right now.
For real.
Everybody's right. Hey man, give him a break.
I'm not saying he doesn't have it together. I said it's the beginning of the season, like everyone. It's more of the chat.
Big CCC game tomorrow, guys. We lost last time against them, right? We
we dominated against them.
We lost one, did we not?
We lost the return game, but we had a 3-0 advantage or 4-0 advantage, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So how are we feeling about this game come tomorrow at BMO Stadium?
You guys sold me on it. I like it, running it as many starters with maybe Smolikov in place of Segura. See what that works out with. I definitely think you need to get Boudry on the field. I think he has some experience in leagues outside of this continent, and he can handle moments like this. I think it's crucial to show what he can really do. That would be really my only change. If Hugo didn't play, I wouldn't be like thoroughly surprised, but he's done it before and like just played multiple games in a week. So we'll see. We need to score. Like that's the only thing about it. But hopefully we treat them like we did the last CCC game and just put them on skates for, get up 3 or 4 goals and call it good from there.
Tony?
I'm not sure where the Costa Rican league is at right now, but this past season, they finished in first place with 12 wins, 4 draws, and 2 losses, with scoring 29 goals and only conceding 10. So offensively, it doesn't seem like they're pretty good, actually. Defensively, it's going to be hard. They're the least scored on team in Costa Rica last season. So I think it's going to be a really good matchup. Hopefully we can unlock their defense quicker than they can unlock ours. And hopefully this is a game that Sonny needs, or Bouanga, that Sonny and Bouanga do need actually, to get some goals in. I know we exposed them last time. Bouanga scored that hat trick, and 32-52 had to get escorted out by police before the game even ended, just because of how hostile they're and how aggravated Bouanga got their fans. So the good thing, like I said, is first game here. Let's get as many goals as we can. So like that, next game next week, we're able to just play the 90 minutes and get out of there in one piece.
So we win the first one, the CCC game, and we blow them out. And then we come to BMO Stadium, and it wasn't their best game. And then now we're about to play this game. If this is true, where we walk away with 3-4 goals, and then we go there and and we win, right? People are always saying, "Oh, it's a Costa Rican league, or it's this league." Should we be downplaying these style of wins like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, because how big of a deal is this tournament for LAFC to win? Like, for me, I feel like these wins are statement wins. Everybody's like, well, wait till you get to the Mexican teams. Okay, that's fine. I understand that. But you're getting your feet wet. You're putting in the work against the teams to show, to your point, they won first. They're the first in their division. So if LAFC can go there or put up goals at BMO Stadium, go there and still hold the win to move on to the next part of the tournament, that's a win for LAFC. So to downplay it because it's a Costa Rican team, I'm not a fan of. And I've noticed that it's been happening a lot. Well, wait till you see the Mexican teams. But we're not there yet. This is a long tournament, and we're going through the stages, and we need to be happy with getting these wins right away and knocking them in their teeth, to your point, Tony. But I guess my point is how much do we need to put on these first few games of this tournament, Andrew?
For tomorrow night, how many we should score for it?
Just in general, like putting respect on this tournament, the first legs of this tournament.
I absolutely think it's important to prove it, because we're proving within MLS right now that we're still finding our way as a team and finding ways to score and getting creative about it. I think it's very much a proving ground for the rest of the year, and it should be as taken seriously as, if not definitely more than these initial MLS games. These are good teams that we're playing that are top of their leagues and can argue that it probably better than the team we're playing this Saturday. It as well. No shade to St. Louis, but it's very plausible thing. So I absolutely think that it should be taken as seriously as something we could be taking serious right now.
Tony, do you have as much respect for this tournament as any other tournament that we're going to play?
Absolutely. We saw it last year during the Club World Cup. You really think teams like Chelsea and and who would we play, Flamengo, looked at us and oh, it's just an MLS team. The way they look down on us we're doing the same looking down on the Costa Rican teams. Whereas we shouldn't do that. I mean, at any moment they could come up and just they dominate us, and we next we're eliminated. This last round, not I hate talking about our rivals, our opponents. Last round, the team down on the other side of Carson, they escaped with just a 1-1 aggregate against a really small team. It's just they didn't respect right there. They all were this close to getting knocked out. So it can happen to anyone and then on any given day. So we need to respect this tournament, respect our opponent, or else they're gonna end up coming up. And then how many times have we seen where we go into BMO confident and then we leave because we lost?
Facts. Yeah. Facts. So score predictions for tomorrow, Andrew.
If Hugo plays, 4-0. If Hugo doesn't play, 4-1.
Oh.
Even though Hasal saved that penalty kick in the last CCC game, credit to him. But
he did. It was a big save too. By the way, we ain't even talked about it. It was a big save. Tony,
I give it a 3-0 win. I do think Denny and Sonny get back on the score sheet. But yeah, I give it a 3-0 win just because Alajuelense is not a team that is not just any other Costa Rican team. They're the top dog out there in Costa Rica.
Okay. And then Saturday we go and play St. Louis. As I said earlier in the show, I believe that it should be a heavily rotated. I'm actually hoping that it's a heavily rotated team, but I still believe that LAFC will walk away with this win. Of course, we will see the boys on there just for a little bit, right? They're just going to get, loosen their legs up a little bit, but we definitely don't want to see them going 90 minutes. What type of score prediction do you have for Saturday's game, Andrew?
I want to say 2-0, but I'm going to say 1-0. just for how we're playing right now. Yeah.
And it's going to be a heavily rotated squad or no?
Yeah. I think it'll be a heavily rotated squad. I think they might come on in the second half, or I don't believe that a certain number of our players should get a full 90 for that. But it all could change for how tomorrow goes, though. It could definitely if we need to be focused in Costa Rica, I think bench everybody. I don't care what happens in this game. Rest everybody. It don't matter. But so it's just as long as we take care of business tomorrow.
Tony, what do you think?
I'm gonna go. I think we're gonna do good. I think St. Louis is in shambles right now. I'm gonna give it a 3-0 win. And yeah,
with the heavily rotated squad,
with the heavily rotated, Ordaz is a dog right now on a leash that needs to be unchained and let that kid. I can see it in him when he's warming up. Like, he is pissed that he's benched for Martinez and he wants that starting spot back. Ordaz is gonna carry it. Boudry, I know all these guys they want to have these statement games where it's all like, hey, yeah, you got these guys started, but look at me, I'm still here too. So I'm gonna give it a 3-0, even with the heavily rotated squad.
Oof, 3-0. Hey man, if we could get another shutout for another MLS game. Dude, we're going on 4 shutouts in MLS. That would be absolutely incredible. And just to add to the CCC game of shutout there, I mean, you're talking about 6 games with only one freaking goal. No, 7 games with only one goal at that point, which would be absolutely fantastic. And then we'll talk about the other ones because we'll have a Monday show by then. But a lot of football, a lot of soccer to be played. Tafari has been really good so far. Tafari has been really good. It's crazy. Last year, I was hard on Tafari. I was hard on Martinez, and they both have literally shut me up this year. Not if we're honest, we were even hard on Segura. And now we have a whole nother name for him. You know what I mean? Hey, my daughter's here, so I'm not going there. But you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, these guys have really came and played this year, and I feel like I feel like they're not being held back, if you will. You know what I mean? It feels like the gloves are off, and they're able to just go and play their game. I think Tafari was so worried about messing up and being benched because he didn't know what Dolo was going to do. And I believe Marc Dos Santos has literally just said, you know what, play your game. You can do this. And he was man of the match twice already. So 100% Tafari has been absolutely lights out and has held his own. And I think, to Andrew's point, talking about some of the people that we have hurt, like the Longs and stuff, like, yeah, they're going to come back in and get their spot. And that's going to put Marc in a position, and that's a good position to be in to say, hey, look, you've played really well, but now I got to let this guy come in who was our captain before he got hurt. But he better come in and play well because Aaron hadn't played a minute and Tafari is playing really good. So now you're in a position, you know what I mean, in a predicament to say, well, if you're not playing there, I got to put him back in. You know what I mean, Andrew? Like, It's a good position to be in for LAFC.
Yeah, we're set up great for how the season can turn out. Like I said at the beginning, it's not how this team's going to look, 3-4 months from now. And still does look that good, then everybody blew us away, which will be even a crazier scenario to be in. But I think Long rightfully takes a place back where that goes. I think it'll just kind of be whatever's happening at that moment. I think Jesus, whether it's it won't be till after Leagues Cup even maybe. So that there's some time for that midfield to prove itself. Schwarnier didn't have the best game. I'm not out on him. I think he still deserves his time there. I still don't think he's – how should I say? I think he's more worthy of starting than one of the other two. So it's still very fluid.
Tony?
Yeah, I think to Andrew's point where a lot of these guys, they need more minutes. Let's just put it out there. They need more minutes when you're starting the same starting 11, 3-4 games in a row. I mean, obviously those minutes are going to be very limited, and you can only do with so much with X amount of minutes. So, I mean, I know Sonny went at it with Schwarnier. I saw that myself too on Saturday, but it's like, yeah, well, let's give it a little bit. I mean, like I said, the season's still young. We just need to be a little bit patient.
A little bit patient. This is my thing. I like it when the veterans go after the other ones, the young guys. I feel like it's a learning thing. And I don't know why people put so much on it. It's a good thing. It's to say, hey, look, you're doing this wrong. You need to be here. I want this. It is pretty simple. And there's voices on there that you need to listen to. And when they speak, you say, okay, I'm going to do my best to make that happen. And so I don't know why people are putting more on that. I didn't get to witness it as much. I've heard quite a few people speaking on it. But at the end of the day, that's what we've asked for with LAFC. We've asked for veterans that will speak up. And you have that in Sonny. You have that in Hugo. You have that in Porches. You have that in these guys that are seasoned and know what it takes to win. And for me, that's a blessing. Like if you have someone that has all that experience, use Hugo for an example, World Cup winner, captain. Like if you have him and he's just sitting there and not worrying and just trying to grab a check, what good is it? You need these young fellows to learn. You need them to say, when I'm not in the right spot, I need you to tell me where I screwed up, so I don't make that mistake again. So I don't understand why people get so hurt about that. It's a little sensitive for me. You know what I mean? Like, don't be so man up, dude. Like
people are soft, man.
You're getting paid a lot of money. Do not be soft and listen to my direction and just fix it. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple.
Really like talented and competitive people on this team, and I absolutely am for holding other people accountable. Like we're also lucky to watch some of these players play, and they are also lucky to be able to be critiqued by some of these players. So it's not a bad thing to me. It's not a negative. It's not a storyline like some people want it to be. It's a part of a competitive sport, and you have some thoroughbreds. You got some real like seriously competitive people on this team, and we should all be so lucky to get yelled at about not being perfect.
I mean, Tony,
how many times have we said we want a Giorgio Chiellini back, or a general type of person? Mm-hmm. And like we're seeing that amongst some of the guys. They're taking up that leadership role, and we want that. We don't want these guys to just be like, oh, yeah, cool, we won. Like, no, we won, but we barely won. It was an ugly win. Let's try this, do this better, or hey, this you did good here, but work on this over here. So I mean, the fact that we can get all these, and we can get a group of generals, for the young soldiers to later become generals, then that's a good problem to have.
Yep. And talking about the fire of Ordaz, that's what you want to see in your young guys. You want them to be like, yo, I want my spot. I want my chance. I have that fire in my eye. And when he's over there warming up after the game, running, he's thinking, no, I should have been out on that pitch. What can I do better? And he takes the criticism. So I love that. I'm all for it, and I'm hoping to see a little bit of Ordaz come against the St. Louis game, and you never know. Maybe something happens and it blows Marc's socks off, and then we see a little bit more interchanging between him and Martinez. But right now, it looks like Martinez has that starting spot, and rightfully so. He was sort of missing against the game in Dallas until he scored that beautiful goal. But that beautiful goal is what gave us the 3 points. And so you got to put respect on that too, right? Like showing up in the right time, right place, making the right shot, getting the 3 points for the team, and doing everything else that you can for the sacrifice up to that point. So I like them battling, and I'm looking forward to more of that throughout the season. And again, this is very early. We're really only talking about 3 games for MLS right now, fellas. You know what I mean? Like 3 games. Had we not had the CCC, that's all we're talking about. What reason we're talking about any other of it is because we're playing a tournament at the same time. So I think we just got to slow it down. The Koreans want Dolo Ball back. Yeah, we heard that a minute ago, David, and that's that's up for debate. But I think Marc is doing a great job, and he's very transparent. If you're not watching his pressers, you really should. He's asked a question, he answers it, and I have been asking for that for LAFC. And we finally got it. And so for me, I'm all for it. I'm really on this Marc train right now, and people are mad at me about it, but I am. I'm on that train, Andrew.
Yeah, he shut me up. I like you were saying with his press conferences, it's refreshing to have a coach that'll willingly talk about his perspectives on things, insights to training. but actually really want to talk about it and to be genuine about it. We haven't had that in a while. Even Bob, to an extent, had his own little way about himself, and I think it's great to have such a open and transparent coach right now. That as far as his press conferences, I'd like to see us get a little bit more creative and rotated, but. Yeah. Other than that,
yeah, for sure, we need it on the pitch. But what we're hearing from him and what he wants from the team, we're hearing it, right, Tony? Like what are we hoping that we're going to get from him? This is what he's hoping to achieve. Now we just need to see it on the pitch.
Yeah, I think the three of us can also agree that we weren't happy when it was announced that he was going to be our head coach. We all wanted Peter Vermees. We all wanted Jim Curtin. We wanted these big name hires. So when they said, "Oh, your assistant coach is getting promoted," we all groaned. We all complained. But he's shutting all of us up. That dude's killing it in pressers. He's killing it with the game style of play that we're playing. It's gonna get better. I mean, it's like we were saying. We're only 3 games into the MLS season. It's only been 5 weeks. Only been 5 games. Like we still have a long way to go. And I feel if this gets better with Mark and who knows, maybe JT has something under his sleeve where he's gonna add someone else. And now, or which I doubt, maybe until after the World Cup, I really feel that we're gonna lift another MLS Cup this season. That's my bold prediction. And he's gonna really shut all of us up. And then we all agree that we're gonna get Segura jerseys if we win MLS Cup. So yeah,
we did. I don't even get names on the back of the jersey.
Yeah.
I'll have one. Oh, guys, we appreciate y'all being here with us this hour. Y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all chose to be here. Thank y'all so much. And let's go get that win tomorrow and then turn around and get those other 3 points to stay on top of the West. There's 3 teams all tied at the West right now. Goal difference is what's the difference right now. So happy with what we're seeing from LAFC. Let's keep it going. Thank you all for being here. Out.
Yeah.